So students, I know you are confused. At one side, I am telling you that I am going to teach you a writing skill. The first writing skill in your book, that is a summary. But instead of teaching, I took you on the terrace of my house and showed you many things. But why did I do so? I did so because I want to clear the concept of summary. So what's a summary? Summary means telling something in brief, giving a brief account, a short account of something. For example, suppose in the evening, your father comes back after work and asks you that from today your online teaching learning process has begun. So tell me, what has your English teacher taught you? Will you tell him all the things that I told you from the terrace of my house? Is it necessary to tell each and everything? Not at all. Now let me rehearse. I told you that there is a nice farm behind my house, and farmers there grow this and that, sugarcane, maize and wheat and whatnot. Was I teaching you how to farm? Was I teaching you farming? No. I wanted to teach you language. Then, is it necessary to teach you farming? I know most of the students of our college, Shahaji College, come from rural area, come from agrarian background. They are from farmers' family, and they know farming better than I know. Probably. Why probably? Definitely. You will be a good teacher of farming to me. So, it is not necessary. I simply wanted to tell you that scene behind my house, at the back of my house, is beautiful. Number 2, I showed you some trees right behind my house. I told you that those trees are planted by myself. I told you that there are coconut tree, jackfruit tree, which gave 25 jackfruit this year. Then sandalwood tree, mango tree. These are the details. What should you notice? Again, you should notice only one thing, that there are trees and farms which makes the nature beautiful behind your English teacher's house. That is enough. What important thing I wanted to tell you was at the end of the video, while concluding, I told you that down there is a parking at the basement of my house. And at the basement parking, I have parked my car. I didn't want to show you my car. Why did I not want to show you my car? Because I told you frankly that my car is rather dusty, so it is dirty. My car is not washed. So why was it not washed? That also had been told to you. Why? Because I don't use the car nowadays. There is corona wandering outside, and it's dangerous to go outside. So we stay home. We stay home, we stay safe, etc. What did I want to focus? Or rather, what do I want to focus? I want to focus, I want to highlight that if the thing remain unused, we neglect it. It becomes dusty, it becomes rusty, ganzaleli. We don't wash it, we don't clean it. So do our brains during this period. We don't use our brains for teaching or learning process. So we have to keep the dust off, clean our brains, be fresh, and let us start teaching and learning process. That is what I wanted to tell you. So what will you teach? What will you tell your parents, your father, in the evening? Some of you may simply told their fathers that the English teacher started teaching a writing skill named summary. Okay. This is the summary of all. No need to tell there are trees, there are farms, etc. If you want to be little more specific, if you are rather little more frank to your father, how will you describe? You may describe as, our English teacher showed us the back side of his house, which has full of natural beauty. But he told us that his car is dirty because it is not used. So everything must be kept used. Everything must be kept used. So let us start teaching a learning process to keep our brains, to keep our minds in use. This is the summary. My summary may be different from the summary made by Mukund Kamble, sir. One person's summary may be different from other person's summary, but the gist, the theme, the central idea will remain the same. Only the words might be different. The style of description might be different. But the meaning will be the same. So while summarizing, you will have to be short. Let me tell you one more example. You go to the movie. You see Hindi or English movie. Movie in a theater runs for 2 hours or 2.5 hours. You come home and you tell the story of that movie, that cinema, to your friend within 5 or 10 minutes. The picture, that cinema that you have seen for 2.5 hours is summarized in 10 minutes. That is to be precise. That is to make summary. This is what the summary is. So, once again let me tell you that summary is to be brief, to make something very short. But still, we have to keep the soul of the original text. We are going further. We have so many things. I'm going to give you so many examples of the passages, their answers. You will be given several passages to practice. So here on, keep in mind one thing, that summary means telling something, reproducing something in short, in brief. Okay? Best of luck.